this Friday.
I love him. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same.
Experience the greatest love story of all time.
Why did you leave me?
Why did you betray your own heart?
A film by Emerald Fennell.
Heathcliff.
Kathy.
Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi.
Kiss me and let us both be damned.
Wuthering Heights. Original songs by Charlie XCX. Only in theaters Friday. Experience it in IMAX. Rated R. Under 17. Not admitted without parent.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
Tame Impala, JENNIE, Dracula. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, we got a pretty good episode for you today. I've been kind of teasing this episode for quite a while. I kept saying, Tame Impala, Tame Impala. And the reason why I've been talking about Tame Impala recently in my reviews is because this man has dropped a new song. And he's dropped a new song with JENNIE from Blackpink. Also, Blackpink is gearing up to drop an album. You know, I can't wait to check that out. Can't wait to review it. I'm not going to lie, the cover, the promotion of that Blackpink album, their mini album, it does not look the best. It kind of looks a little bit ass. It still kind of looks like, you know, like what Blackpink always does. And I guess that's not always a bad thing. But I guess when you do the same thing over and over and over again, like a lot of these rappers have been doing, you know, they've been trying to just, you know, not evolve their 2020 sound and just keep doing the same thing. You know, you're going to get that same problem, even with K-pop. But hopefully, you know, maybe the cover and all that looks the same. Maybe it doesn't look that good, but when you dive into the album, maybe it's a good time. I don't know. But we got Tame Impala here, JENNIE, Dracula. Now, first of all, let's talk about this beat. I really enjoy this instrumental. I love the dark, kind of gritty synths on here. I really like how they sound. I like how it goes with the background vocals. I like the 80s style kind of synth wave, boom, boom, boom type beat. This type beat can easily get stuck in your head. This type beat can easily sound really fucking good. So overall, this beat is absolutely fantastic to listen to. And, you know, I will say, you know, after, you know, all of my time of listening to, you know, Tame Impala's last track, and that last track, you know, I feel like the instrumental was a little lacking. This one right here has got a little bit more to it. You know, you have those raging synths, you have this kind of funky kind of bass on here. You know, you have that kind of 80s kind of pop vibe going too. So you have all these different moments, even those little chimes that sound really nice. So I will say, this beat is off the fucking charts. I'd say this is one of the better beats that I've heard from Tame Impala. Way better than that whole 5-minute, you know, whole abstract type beat, which felt, you know, kind of just, you know, playing it up, you know, not actually, you know, really adding any new elements. You know, this is actually how, you know, you make a simple ass beat, but it actually sounds really fucking fantastic. So I really enjoyed this beat. It sounds really fucking nice. Had a good time listening to it. You know, I like the 80s elements that are baked into here. Even the background vocals, you know, even the, you know, background effects. So overall, this beat's really good. Now, one of the cool things that this song does have is that Tame Impala and JENNIE are kind of playing on each other. You know, this is not just a, you know, a verse and another verse from another artist, you know, not that type of feature. You know, there's moments where Tame Impala is going to have a part of the song. You know, he's going to sing a line. Then JENNIE's going to come on here and sing a line. Then Tame Impala's going to come back. And then JENNIE's going to come back. And this whole back and forth thing, which I do overall like. I do like when artists do the more back and forth because it makes the collaboration, well, actually feel like a collaboration, actually feel like the artist really jumped on the same song. So I really like that. I like it when artists do that, you know, when they can actually do that and make it sound good. That's just the cherry on top. That's a whole fucking bonus. That's a whole good ass time. So I really overall enjoy that too. And also, I will say, I think Jennie absolutely sounds fantastic on here. I am running into the same issue where, Tame Impala's vocals are kind of lacking a little bit. They don't have, that much to them, in my opinion. But I think, having the switch-ups, be Jennie. I think that's a cool thing, instead of you doing a whole bunch of vocal switch-ups, instead of you, adding these different elements, let's just, let Jennie do it. And I think, Jennie, actually sounds really fucking good on here. Now, I really love Jennie's solo career. I think, out of all of the members, Lisa, Jennie, and Jisoo, I will say Jennie might be the best, out of the solo bunch, because, the other solo artists, when they dropped albums, they dropped some okay albums. I remember we reviewed them on the show all 2025. 2025 was such a fucking K-pop ass year, But I will say,
I have created the most advanced AI soldier.
The wait is over. Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+.
We are looking for something you've discovered. And some of us will stop at nothing to get it.
Ready?
The countdown is complete.
There's no going back.
Our directive is clear.
Hang on!
Tron Ares now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
Jennie had the best fucking solo work, and this song really proves it here. And then let's talk about that hook. I like the verses, I like the playing back and forth thing, between these two. It sounds really nice. And I will say this hook is really cool too. Now, this hook is really nice because, Tame Impala will sing this hook. Jennie will come on and sing a part 2, which I do like. And then at the end of the hook, instead of Tame Impala singing a version of the hook, Jennie's just going to take over and sing the whole entire thing. So I really like that too. Just keeps things fresh, just adds that variety. So you definitely got that on here. So overall, guys, when we talk about this song, we talk about Tame Impala, Jennie, Dracula. I really like this beat. I think this beat's one of the better beats that I've heard from Tame Impala. And for my second song and checking him out, I will say this one's a lot better. Way better than that other track that I checked out. I did not have a good time listening to that other song. This one right here, though, had a really good time. The Jennie came on here, added a really nice verse, added a really nice hook. I love that, she added so many variations, to this song. And I think Jennie's going to be the one who sets this song over the edge. I think, when artists, can't really do that much vocally, but they can get a feature on and really, add to that. I think that's a really cool thing. So overall, I'm easily going to give this song an easy 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank you for listening to this podcast episode, guys. It means a lot to me. Season 12 is doing so fucking good. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Tap the banner or visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number, save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Yeah, guys.